Well, you guys, LongHaul Larry, and I am out here at the ADL Shop. I did not record picking up in Wisconsin. I picked up in Wisconsin on Monday and loaded up some. I loaded up a load in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and then I ran that out here to Landover, Maryland, and delivered that on Tuesday night at midnight. And I ran that over, and it's a place I've been to before. It's kind of a bad place. I mean, it seems like they all kind of are, but I went in there. I've been in there one other time. I did a load for his dad. His dad was supposed to do a load, and his dad had a medical issue that happened, and so then I ended up I was here at the shop, and I ended up having to jump onto a load for him, and I went and delivered it, and I was there for 9 hours. And I was actually supposed to be at Costco the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even get out of there until 9 o'clock in the morning. And I showed up, but it was an hour, 15 minutes later, something like that, at Costco, and they wouldn't take the load. And then I was supposed to load out another load that day and take off. So I ended up, we tried doing a bunch of different stuff, and finally I ended up having to hook up to a different trailer, and his dad, they had to make another appointment like a couple days later. It was a big mess. But that's where I delivered to, and I had a midnight appointment, and I think I got out at 7 a.m. It was just horrible. But as soon as I pulled into place, he didn't even give me another load, my next load, or to come to the shop or anything. He didn't say nothing. I was whatever. I just went to sleep and tried to get a few hours sleep while I was there. And they the next morning I messaged him and stuff, and I told him. He said, "Are you empty yet?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm just now getting the call. I just got called to get in my trailer." And I says, "I got overages, I guess. I had two small little pallets with like 60 some little boxes of like cheese and creamer and stuff on it." And I said, "They're refusing it. It's overage. It's on my truck." I took pictures of it all. I sent them pictures of the bills showing the POs and everything they refused. And he was like, "All right, just head back to the shop and stuff, and we're going to work in there for a little bit." And I took off, and I said, "Well, maybe find a food pantry or something, you know. We could take this to a food pantry. It's perfectly good food. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It isn't damaged or anything." They were saying it was that they didn't order it. And so we drove back, and he's like, "Yeah, I know of a place and stuff. We'll take care of it." And he says, he says, "Back it over by the shop over here." And he says, "We'll pull it off the forklift, put it in the back of the pickup truck, take it to a food pantry." Like, okay. So I got here and I backed it in, and we talked about it, and he's like, "Well, leave it in there," because John was stopping by. And he said that John had a load that he was going to be delivered. It was like squirrel. He said that John had a load that he was going to be dropping, and he was going to take my trailer, and he was going to be dropping a load, and then I guess I was going to be delivering it last night up in New Jersey. And I was like, okay, whatever. And he came in here and he said, "Here's your deal. Service truck, Mr. Ud Truck." He says, "I'm here for a week." And he says, "Just work on the UD truck, get all of this all set up." And that's what I'm doing right now. And then he said, maybe start servicing some trailers and stuff like that. So, and then also he said the shop, work in the shop. And he says, we've talked about a lot of different projects in the shop. Let's do this, let's do that. We just never have gotten to them. And I'm always running in here, working on this, working on that. Got it to go deliver loads, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And so things have like gotten behind and stuff. It's kind of hard to do when I only stop in here for a day or day and a half, you know. And then I got to deliver loads in the middle of the night for other drivers and stuff. And I guess I'm here till next Wednesday. I told him, I said, "Why don't you just not put a load on me until I'm done? How's that?" But then he has taken off. I think he's taking a vacation. I think he's going someplace. He's going to be gone. And basically I have the shop to myself. I'm supposed to find stuff for the other mechanic to do tomorrow, I guess. I guess he's going to be coming in tomorrow. Maybe working on trailers or something like that. I'm supposed to put together a list that he can do. And we'll work on that. But right now I am trying to finish up the lights before I start like putting stuff in and organizing stuff, and that's what I'm working on. And you can see right there, I got the lights set up over here for underneath the cabinet. I got those lights mounted in, and I got all the lights up in the roof. I'm actually making a bracket right now that's going to have some, it's going to hang out here by the airline and have two of those lights mounted on it, kind of pointing down in this area. So it lights up the rest of this, and then it won't, the door going up and down won't affect it. And then, excuse me, I welded up this little box here, and I'm going to mount this like right here. And then there's going to be 3 switches in here. One switch is going to be for the main light on the back. It's going to turn that on and off. I'm going to put 2 swivel lights on each corner that I can move around to a position wherever I need. And then the other switch is going to be for the lights that are inside here. And that'll power all the lights. And then I'll have the switches over there on the lights itself or under the cabinet probably. You could turn those on and off. And then it's start putting away parts, trailer parts, everything else, organizing all the cabinets, getting those all situated, and get this all set up. And then I'm probably going to start working on some stuff. And then I'm going to work on the shop and stuff, start organizing and cleaning. One thing is, look at that. We got tires. We got a lot of tires. I brought these with me. My tire guy in Wisconsin, because the boss has really good pricing on them and stuff. And he can't get anywhere near that pricing out here. And we need trailer tires to go through trailers and, you know, make sure the trailer tires are good and everything. And so he wanted a bunch of trailer tires out here, and the load that I hauled out here, they didn't seal the load. So we've actually trying to figure out how to get tires out here. He actually talked about one time me driving this truck all the way back to Wisconsin just to get a load of tires. I was like, I don't want to drive all the way to Wisconsin. No, that wouldn't be fun. But I got loaded, and I said, dude, I'm not sealed for this load. I didn't seal this load. So I didn't have a seal that I needed to worry about. So we called up Pat's quick, and sure enough, he was like, I got plenty of them. And so he wanted 24, and I went over there, and he dug them out. He had a couple tires that were already his. They were used tires that were takeoffs, and they were just sitting in the corner. And he only had 18. Those are Goodyear recaps, or Goodyear account recaps. And he only had 18 in there. So we grabbed all 18, and then I got the 2 that were his already. They're basically brand new. They're good tires. They were just takeoffs of trailers that he put new tires on. And then I got a set of rims too. He had a whole bunch of rims, Elco rims that he had sitting there. And I guess some company out there in Wisconsin, he said he had 400 rims at one point. He was like, dude, you need any rims? And I'm like, yeah. He was talking about getting some rims to get pre-mount the tires. And he went over in the shop, showed me, and he had 2 pallets left that they were stacked about twice that high. I think it was like he had like 32 left. And he gave me a price on them, and he's like, and I'm like, is that the best you can do? And he was like, yeah. He goes, you know, no, they're this much. He goes, there's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. He goes, there was a big company. They contacted me. They don't like the aluminum. They wanted steel on all their trailers. And he says they ended up buying 400 steel rims, and I took off 400 aluminum rims. And we converted them over all to steel. So that's what I talked to the boss, and he said, yep, gave me a go ahead. So I got 8 new rims. So then we'll be able to mount up rims and everything else and be able to take them right over there. Now, that's the situation. How do you get them there? Because I'm not lifting them in that truck. We're still working on that. There's plans going around. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking while he's gone, actually making a lift. We'll see what else, if I get everything else done. If I do, I might jump on making a lift for this. We'll see. But we've contacted, a few subscribers have contacted us saying, we have a lift here, I have a lift, you know, there is this lift listed here. And we've tried to see and stuff and to get a hold of people. Nobody's really gotten back to my boss about it. I sent a couple of emails out, nobody's returned the emails. It's kind of hard because the lift has to be the right size. It has to be the right width for this truck. And it can't go under the bumper. It has to be a lift that goes up and down the inside of a track. So, I don't know. I don't really know. He was talking about a ramp the last time I was out here, but then, man, it's going to have to be a long ramp because I took an 8-foot 2x4 and just laid it up against here and put it on the ground, and that's a steep ramp to roll mounted tires up. That'd be a lot. It'd be pretty hard to get them up there. So I don't know. We'll see what I'll get done and everything. I want to get this truck all done. Right now, I got all the lights mounted except for like this one I said. I'm just going to run all the wiring and mount this box of stuff and run the wiring into the box. And then get those all hooked up. And then probably mount the 2 corner ones. And get all the switches hooked up. And then I'm going to be making some brackets over here for tooling and stuff. And then I'll start going through cabinets. And we'll see what we can get done today. But here's the messed up situation. You ready for this one? Those 2 little pallets that everything else. I said something about it, and I said, "Are you sure that we can, throw this away? That we could take this to a pantry?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna let it sit in the back of a pickup truck. Let's just leave it in the trailer until John gets here, and then I'll pull it out, and we can call the food pantry and line this up. So that way the food doesn't go bad just sitting there." He was like, "Oh, okay." We sat here waiting, and all of a sudden, like 4 hours later, then the broker came up with, "Oh no, they screwed up. They're supposed to that's supposed to be there. They didn't know that they ordered it, and they made a mistake and everything else. We've contacted. That has to go back." So I guess they're paying us to take it all the way back. It's 2 little tiny single row, bunch of little tiny boxes, and I guess that's got to go back. But the thing is, I went to New Jersey last night. I delivered at 3 a.m. over in New Jersey for John, and I guess they couldn't even get an appointment last night at this place. Okay. But anyways, he's supposed to make an appointment tonight. So I'm supposed to run all the way back over to Landover, which is on the other side of Washington, D.C. I'm supposed to run over there sometime tonight. And knowing this place, these 2 little tiny pallets, it's all broken down already, they're probably going to turn around, and it's probably going to be a 6 to 8 hour unload or something. This place is crazy. So I'm going to get to work on this, get the wiring all done, and get this other truck all set up so that I can get out there and start servicing trailers. So I'm going to get to work. All right, boys and girls, we got the lights all done. Let's check it out. I'm going to turn the lights out. It's going to get dark for a minute. All right, let's turn them on and see what we got here. There they are. Bam. Got some LEDs in there. It's lit up pretty good. Got me a little light box right over here all set up. I'm going to put the little labels on there, what they are. This one here is for the interior lights. So you just put that on and off. And then these 2 down here are for the lights on the back. And let's see, I think the first one is the big flood one, or the big bar. Yep. So you can see here, it gives pretty good light. And then the second one is for the 2 side lights. So you can turn this off. You can see it side lights on there. So we'll flip them both on. We'll turn off the interior lights. That's some pretty good light to work with. Be able to service a reefer or whatever you got to work on. It works pretty good. So that's some pretty good light right there. That's pretty good. So she's all wired up. Turn this one back on. Turn those off. So she's all wired up and she's ready to go. I got everything all loomed and everything tied in and stuff. And now it's just basically putting stuff in cabinets, trying to organize things. And then I need to go get one of those rack things that I can put on a wall that I can attach cinch snaps to. The whole tires and stuff like that, so they're not flopping around hitting stuff. And so that's all I'm going to be doing here tonight is just putting stuff in cabinets and setting things up like that. I'm not going to Maryland, I guess. I guess that I will not be going here. Let's turn this one on. There we go. I guess that I will not be going to Maryland to
Landover, Maryland, where I delivered 2 days ago. I guess the broker was not able to get an appointment for tonight. I've been waiting. Boss said he would send me the information, what time it was, as soon as he got it, and I just sent him a message, and I'm like, dude, am I going deliver this over near the Washington tonight or not? And he came back and said, broker was not able to get an appointment. I think it's crazy. I mean, it's just a couple pieces here, whatever. But I guess now maybe tomorrow night. Who knows? So I'm just going to get Peep working here and putting stuff in cabinets, try to get this thing all organized, get this all cleaned out, and go from there. And I'd like to get this pretty much done and put everything put away and stuff so that maybe tomorrow I can actually go and service a trailer. I would like to go and do an oil change on a trailer and everything and do some other work. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm just going to putz away and putting stuff away. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, well, certainly try that all over again tomorrow. That thing's lit up pretty good. I'm looking at it in the camera. I got a front camera view now I can see. That's pretty bright in there. It's pretty nice and white and bright. Be nice. The UD is getting better. See ya.